too emotional, too sensitive, too intuitive. For decades, these words were weapons used to keep women out of leadership. Today, they're worth billions, and I'm about to tell you why they're the most valuable currency in this age of artificial intelligence. For centuries, leadership was built on one model: command and control. But today's most powerful leaders don't command, they connect. They don't try to control people, they inspire them. Earlier this year, a major tech company was struggling with their AI implementation. They had brilliant engineers, cutting-edge technology, and a spectacular failure rate. Then, they put a woman in charge, not because she coded better, but because she could read the room better. The kind of skill you develop after years of decoding what "I'm fine" actually means. Their success rate tripled, their employee satisfaction doubled, and their AI bot stopped sending passive-aggressive emails to the marketing department. You know, the kind that read, "Per my last email," with a smiley face that somehow feels threatening. Turns out, the same woman who saved the AI project is probably the one we're all secretly hoping picks up when we get stuck in that never-ending telephone tree. You know the one. It starts out innocent. "Thank you for calling. Please listen carefully as our menu options have changed. For English, press 1. Para Español, marque dos. Please enter your account number followed by the pound sign. Please enter the last 4 digits of your social security number, followed by the pound sign. Main menu, press 1 for billing, press 2 for technical support, press 3, but suddenly you've been pressing buttons for 15 minutes and you're no closer to speaking to an actual person. At some point, you snap. You start yelling, "Representative! I just want to talk to a representative." And then, after what feels like a lifetime, you finally hear a real human voice and something happens. You get emotional. "Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm so happy to finally speak to a real person." Why? Because that moment reminds you of something AI will never understand. People don't just want answers. They want connection. They want to feel heard. And that's why women are the go-to representatives the future needs. Because our innate abilities to sense, to feel, to empathize is exactly what is becoming more in demand as AI advances. In a world racing towards automation, the most valuable skill we have is the one artificial intelligence will never master: being human. The data is stunning. Companies with women leaders show 47% better innovation outcomes and 25% higher profits. These aren't just statistics. They're a glimpse into our future. For over 25 years, I've worked professionally in both health and wealth, coaching over 3,000 people while also being mentored and managed myself. And the lessons I've learned from success and failure may shape the path you choose next. Now, this talk isn't just another diversity talk or an "I am woman, hear me roar" talk. It's a wake-up call about the future of leadership itself. It's about fundamentally reimagining leadership for an age where the most valuable skills aren't just processing data, but processing meaning. An age where success isn't measured by how well we compete with artificial intelligence, but by how well we complement it with our emotional intelligence. We're standing at the most crucial leadership crossroads in history, and the future looks remarkably like all the qualities women were once told to suppress. We've spent billions teaching machines how to understand humans while systematically overlooking the human behavior experts walking into our offices and boardrooms, usually in high heels. While AI excels at computations and automating tasks, women excel at something far more valuable: human connections in an increasingly disconnected world. What if the qualities women have been told to suppress are the very qualities we need to thrive in the age of AI? The ability to connect, to empathize, to understand the unspoken needs of a team or a human being. These are the skills that will differentiate us from the machines. The data is undeniable. AI is transforming our world. But here's the paradox, otherwise known as things that make you go, The more logical our machines become, the more we expose the critical need for leaders who can navigate the beautifully illogical human condition. We've built machines so intelligent, they've inadvertently revealed our own shortcomings. We've taught machines to think, but we've forgotten to teach ourselves how to feel. Welcome to the revolution that none of us saw coming. How many times have you seen a project fail, not because of technical glitches, but because of miscommunication, lack of trust, or a failure to understand the human needs of the team? How many times have you witnessed brilliant ideas fall flat because they weren't presented with empathy and understanding? This isn't about humans in the fight against machines. It's about recognizing that our greatest strength lies in our humanity. It's about embracing the audacity of she, the audacity to lead with empathy, the audacity to prioritize connection, and the audacity to recognize our emotional intelligence is not a weakness, but our greatest superpower. Picture a world where being too emotional means you're exceptional at reading subtle human cues, where being too sensitive means you can navigate complexity in ways no algorithm can match, and where being too intuitive means you can anticipate opportunities before they happen. Have you ever thought about reframing how we perceive emotions in the workplace? Have you? Don't be so emotional. Translation, stop being so perceptive. Don't be so sensitive. Translation, stop being so aware. Don't be so intuitive. Translation, stop following your gut. Let me share something with you that I've never shared publicly before. For years, I tried to suppress my feminine qualities just to succeed in male-dominated businesses. I spoke lower, dressed differently, apologized for my intuitive decisions. I even lifted men over my head. For real. Until the day I realized every major success in my career came not from suppressing these qualities, but from embracing them. The audacity of she isn't about being bold enough to lead like a man. It's about being brave enough to lead like a woman. Recognizing the future of leadership isn't about gender. It's about humanity. And humanity, well, that's something women have been experts in all along. We're not just fighting for seats at the table anymore. We're redesigning the entire dining room. And we're doing it with the emotional intelligence they told us to suppress, the intuition they told us to ignore, the empathy they told us was weakness, and the collaboration they told us was indecisive. And yes, we're adding better lighting. Because seriously, who can see anything in those boardrooms? So here's my invitation to the men who are listening, not just with their minds, but with their hearts. This is your moment too. The future of leadership needs both our strengths. First, reframe how you perceive emotions in the workplace. The next time someone gets emotional in a meeting, don't roll your eyes. Pick up your pen instead. Take note, because emotion isn't a weakness. It's valuable information we might just need to succeed. Second, redirect where you're investing. Stop spending so much time and money on technology and invest more of those hours and dollars into women. Most major companies pour billions into AI and technology while dedicating a mere 2 to 3% of advancing women towards the leadership roles they're already qualified for. This isn't a political statement. It's an invitation to step into more win-win scenarios where companies thrive and women rise into the positions they were born to excel at. And to all my ladies, let's get real. We aren't here to compete with artificial intelligence. We're here to train it, to lead it, and to make sure it doesn't erase the very qualities that make leadership work. So here's what we do. First, stop apologizing. Stop dimming your light just to make others comfortable. Our intuition, our empathy, our ability to read the room, this is what the future of leadership commands. And number 2, claim your seat or build your own darn table. If 97% of funding is going somewhere else, it's time to create our own power structures. Invest in women-led businesses. Hire, mentor, and promote each other. Because the world doesn't need less of what we bring. It needs more. And so, I leave you with this. A poem I wrote, inspired by Marianne Williamson, titled, "The Audacity of She and He Who Knows Better." Our deepest fear was never that we were too much. It was that we were told to be less. We were whispered into silence, taught to temper our hearts, to second-guess the knowing in our bones. We shrank, not because we lacked power, but because we were told power must look different, that logic should lead and intuition should follow, that strength is steel and softness is a flaw. But I ask you, who are we not to feel? Who are we not to sense the undercurrent, to read between the lines, to carry the weight of the world in the rhythm of our breath? Who are we not to be too emotional, too sensitive, too intuitive? And to the ones who have also been told to bury their softness, the men who were taught to silence what made them human, we see you. You were never meant to shut down, to lock away the parts of you that connect, heal, and lead with wisdom. Because the future does not belong to those who command and control. It belongs to those who understand before they are understood. Artificial intelligence will reshape industries, but we will shape the world. We were not placed here to be palatable. We were not woven from the fire just to smolder in the dark. Oh, honey, we are the storm and the calm after it. The knowing glance, the gut feeling, the voice that cannot, will not be quieted. And when we rise fully, finally, unapologetically, we give others the permission they've been waiting for, not just to lead, but to lead as themselves. This is the audacity of she and the audacity of he who knows better. And together, we don't just rise, we lead. Even artificial intelligence will have to follow. So the next time someone tells you, you're too emotional, say, thank you. I feel what others miss. The next time they say, you're too sensitive, say, thank you. I understand what others ignore. And when they say, you're too intuitive, say, thank you. I sense what AI never will. Because in an age of artificial intelligence, the most revolutionary act is to be authentic, unapologetic, and audaciously human. And that, my friends, is the true audacity of she. Thank you.